What is up, y'all? We are back in this hoe, TheTre show, y'all favorite, young Trey, the young goat. I'm back at it. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I wasn't really liking the episodes that I would do before. It just felt like when I did, the recap, stuff like that, it just felt like I was regurgitating information. And for me, it's about analysis. It's about what I think about things. And I just, it just wasn't really doing it for me. So we're switching. So I just took some time, personally to really think about the kind of content that I wanted to create and what I wanted to do. So we're back. Hope you guys like it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff down below. You're gonna see more of me. You're gonna see more of me. I'm planning to do more of not daily content necessarily, but a couple times a week, a few times a week, some shorter term videos, stuff like not always like the TheTre show, but just a video. And I might start my own channel for that. Not really too sure. I don't think so. I think it's all just gonna be on this channel. That's the plan, at least right now. So welcome back to the TheTre show, and I hope you guys are ready. So without further ado, there's a lot to talk about today. Let's talk about some big sneaker news first. Let's just get it out of the way. So first of all, I'm gonna show you guys what I got on. Boohoo Man Disney collab on the beanie. It's just vibes. I love Boohoo Man. As a resident big guy, Boohoo Man really has extended sizes that I'm not gonna lie and say that everything fits perfectly from Boohoo Man, but the stuff that doesn't fit perfectly, they're so easy to return. It's real easy to return stuff on Boohoo Man, and the sizes do actually fit pretty well. And I think that's an important thing is that it does fit. We got a Nike kind of retro sweater on, long sleeve sweater, the vibes, just stuff like this. I think this was like $50, something like that. And I just like the color blue on it. So I bought that. Then a little gold chain, had to get my drip up. So yeah, let's get into the sneaker news. So big sneaker news right out the gate is that Congress has banned bots for the purchase of online goods. So that's a huge dub, and a couple different facets. The first one obviously is with sneakers. Excuse me. The first one is with sneakers, right? So now you won't have to battle with bots and stuff like that. It really is going to change the game for sneakers. And I really think it's going to make sneakers just so accessible. And it's going to be great for the culture. That's something that's really been missing the last couple years is really 2020 and 2021 is just being able to go into a store and buy something. Nothing sits anymore. I remember the days when I would be like, it's my birthday, it's Christmas, I want to spoil myself, I want to ask for something, and I could go on to Nike or Foot Locker, somewhere has a pair sitting, and that's just, that's not the culture. Nothing sits these days, and so I think for that reason, it's going to be huge getting bots out of the sneaker game. And if you're someone who's looking still for a PS5, for an Xbox, those things are going to be huge too. Not being able to have bots to purchase those is really going to level the playing field. And it's just, thank you God, man. Maybe some of those UNC 6s next year, the military 4s next year. Hopefully we can add some of those to the collection, man. And ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to is that bill and that law being pushed into place is really going to help out with some of that stuff. Also, some sneaker news. The 550s dropped widely today. I like them. I can't participate, though, because I need a 14. Only go to 13. It is what it is. I do like them, though. They're a cool shoe. Also, as you know, if you're watching me, you know that the Cool Grays drop next week. And, those are just so hard in hand. Like I said, I work at a sneaker shop, and so we got our shipment of them a couple weeks ago. And wow, let me put my phone on mute. That was just incredibly rude. The Cool Gray 11s are dropping, and obviously if you're watching me, then you know about the Cool Gray 11s, right? It is not even something I gotta talk about. I'll throw a picture up on the screen. But the Cool Gray 11s, I'm gonna keep it real. I wasn't that excited for them. Honestly, I can't wait for them to bring back the Legend Blue 11s. I know we got the low. It's not the same. I like the low. I bought a pair, and then I'm gonna tell that story after this one. But I bought a pair, but it's not the same as the high, and I'm not gonna pretend like it is. But they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. But in hand, seeing them, they're just so cool. Pun intended. They're just they're high quality, and that's something that, being honest with Jordan, you haven't really seen that. You haven't really seen the high quality stuff that we know they can make. It's gonna sell. Like, no matter how we put it out, it's gonna sell. And these don't have that vibe. Every pair that I've seen has been just A+ quality, and that's only me and my store. And I know that a lot of people are gonna feel like they were rushed. Obviously they were, right? We're not gonna act like Nike really cares about everything they put out when there's 1 million+ pairs. But all the ones I've seen have been just top tier quality, and that's all you can really ask for when you're spending $225. From that, let's move on to the NFL. And this is where I talked about before of just regurgitating stuff. So here I'm going to switch up what I do. And instead of talking about the games that already happened, we're going to talk about the games that are going to happen. And I just feel like that's a better system. You already watched the game. Like, you know what happened. And there really isn't a reason for you to watch me if I just talk about the stuff that already happened. Unless it's just like that next day or that same day, which we might get into. Just stay tuned. But for today, I'm going to talk about the games that are coming up. So, obviously, tomorrow we have the Cowboys and the Saints playing. As a Saints fan, it just hurts at this point. Like, there's nothing I can really do about it, though. Nothing the team can do about it, obviously. Michael Thomas is out for the year. We knew that. Jameis Winston is out for the year. We knew that. Kamara has missed the last few games. This team is just injured to hell. And there's not very many teams in the whole league who would survive that. There's none, actually. Saints had 22 starters. And of those 22 starters, I think only, let's just go down the list. Deontay Harris and Callaway are still starting. Troutman has missed games. Pete has missed games. Eric McCoy has missed games. Ramczyk and Armstead have missed games. Cesar Ruiz has missed games. That's the whole O-line. And Kamara missed games. You signed Mark Ingram. He's missed games. Obviously, Jameis is out. So that's every starter on the offense that has missed some type of time this season. There's just not a lot of teams who can deal with that. On defense, Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis. That's it, honestly. Like, Marshawn Lattimore has missed time. Paulson Adebo, he hasn't missed time. Bradley Roby hasn't missed time as a Saint. Marcus Williams hasn't missed time as a Saint. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he's missed time. Marcus Davenport has missed time. Onyemata was suspended. Quan Alexander has missed time. It's just, in the NFL, teams get hurt. It's part of the game. And when you have a team get injured with the frequency and the severity that the Saints have, it's going to derail their season. So with that being said, I don't expect very much from this game. I think the Cowboys win pretty easily. I think the Saints offense will look better. They're going to get Mark Ingram back for sure. Kamara is listed as questionable, but I don't know why you would play him, honestly. You have 10 days of rest going into a game against the Jets. You don't really need to play him today or tomorrow, and then you just have a get-right game against the Jets. So the Cowboys, Amari Cooper is supposed to be back, so that's good. Obviously, the Cowboys are coming off of both teams actually are coming off a Thanksgiving loss. Obviously, you can argue that even the Cowboys' loss was pretty brutal. Anthony Brown, he gave up 4 pass interferences, and they were all pretty crucial. I'm sure Cowboy fans wanted Pat Surtain yesterday for sure. But obviously they have Micah Parsons, who he broke DeMarcus Ware's sack record as a rookie. Not DeMarcus Ware's all-time sack record in a season, but his rookie sack record, which obviously DeMarcus Ware is one of the best pass rushers in Cowboy history and probably of the 2000s. So for Micah Parsons to be in that same sentence as a rookie really speaks to how good he is and how good he can be. And he was a great pick for them. Without going too much into more detail there. But like I said, I expect the Cowboys to win this game pretty easily. I'm going to flash it up on the screen if that's possible. We'll find out. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win probably 31-17, maybe. I'm even giving the Saints 17 because Taysom Hill is going to be at quarterback, and I think that Taysom Hill can give them a spark and just something different that Trevor Siemian wasn't able to. So this game might be close in the beginning, but if the Saints can't run the ball and give the defense breaks, then it's going to be an easy win for the Cowboys, because defenses, especially in 2021, you can only play defense for so long, Offense is going to make plays. So the only way you can really limit offenses like the Cowboys and how good they are is to keep them off the field. And so if the Saints can't do that, it's going to be an easy Cowboys win. Next game up is the Chargers and the Bengals. The Chargers come into this game after a loss to the Broncos, which is becoming a theme of things. Justin Herbert is the only Charger who showed up, and the Bengals come off a 41-10. Just they just killed the Steelers. I was trying to figure out a way to say that, but they killed the Steelers. It was 41-10. It was 31-10 at halftime. Big Ben was awful, and the Bengals are now first place. I lied. The Ravens are first place, as the Ravens hold the number 1 seed in the whole AFC. But in this game, I expect the Bengals to win. The Chargers have been good this year, and then they've been bad this year. So you don't know what Chargers team you're really going to get. But the Bengals they've been up and down, but they're up right now. So it's, it is what it is. The Bengals are going to win this game. Joe Mixon has really come on recently, and he's the reason why they're winning a lot of games. And so is their defense. Their defense was supposed to be a unit that would struggle this year, but they're becoming pretty good. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and I think in a game like that against the Steelers only builds to that confidence. And so I think the Bengals win this game 28-21, 28-24, but I do expect the Bengals to win this game. Next game on the docket is the Cardinals and the Bears. This game, to me, depends on if Kyler Murray is going to play. I think he will play. I don't think we've heard anything yet about him not playing. Let me just verify this, because I'm not going to get it wrong and then have somebody comment that I got it wrong. Well, he was limited in practice on Wednesday. So he might play, he might not. Honestly, in my opinion, whether or not he plays doesn't really matter. The Cardinals are going to win this game. The Bears just won on Thanksgiving, but the Cardinals are the better team, and I think they can put pressure on Justin Fields. if Justin Fields plays, he's out. No, Andy Dalton is going to play. They can certainly put pressure on Andy Dalton, force him into some mistakes. Matt Nagy was supposed to be fired. He ultimately wasn't, and I think that's a mistake for the Bears. Obviously, it's not a mistake if they fire him after the season, but as long as Matt Nagy isn't the coach next year, it's great. And you never want to be the person calling for people's jobs. But at the end of the day, Matt Nagy has underperformed as a coach, and I think he'd be a great offensive coordinator. But him as a head coach just hasn't worked out, and that's just the reality of the situation. I don't think there's any harm in saying that if that's really the truth. The Eagles and the Jets. The Jets come off a win against the Texans in a tank bowl. Shout out to Urinating Tree. And the Eagles come off a loss against the Giants, in which Jalen Reagor, who they picked over Justin Jefferson, by the way, he dropped 2 passes that would have at least given the Eagles more of a chance to win the game. One of them would have won them the game. But, he dropped those passes, as Eagles receivers tend to do. So, I expect this game to be terrible. If you have to watch this game on Sunday, I am so sorry. And I just pray that you get through the Sunday. And don't drive after, because to get through this game, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to knock a few down to get through that game. But so just don't drive after. But I think the Jets will probably this one's a toss-up. The Eagles aren't as bad as the Texans. And then again, the Jets beat the Titans. I'm going to take the Jets to win this game. 24-14. I just don't think the Eagles are very good. And I don't really think there's a lot of harm in saying that. Game up is the Colts and the Texans. Easy. Colts win this one. I'm going to go 35-10. I think this is a divisional game, but at the end of the day, I think that Jonathan Taylor is playing at an MVP level. Derrick Henry obviously was before his injury, but most definitely Jonathan Taylor has really carried that mantle, and he's running with it, pun intended. And I think the Colts are the better team. The Colts are playing really good football right now. They were a couple plays away from beating the Bucs last week. And, ultimately, obviously they lost that game. But you still have to go into this one feeling like they could have won that game. So, I think the Colts win this one pretty handily. Not really much to talk about. The Bucs and the Falcons is interesting. The Falcons always play Tampa Bay close. It'll be a tough game. It's in Atlanta, so anything can happen. Obviously, it's a divisional game, so it's a toss-up. But I think the Bucs will win this one. I'm going to go 45-31. I think the Falcons, like I said, they'll play tough. They'll hang in there. But ultimately, the Bucs will just, Brady will find a way to win. As annoying as that is, Brady he'll win the game in the second half or the fourth quarter. And everyone will just talk about how bad the Falcons are. I hope that the Falcons blow another lead. That would at least be entertaining rather than just them play it close and then, Brady at the end of the game makes more plays. I hope the Falcons get out to a big lead. I don't know, something like 28-3, and they just they blow the lead and they lose, maybe in overtime to Cordero Patterson, toss to the right, touchdown, 34-28. Did that bring back flashbacks, Falcons fans? Did that bring back flashbacks? I hope it did. That's what y'all get for beating us, bro. The Giants and the Dolphins play a battle of teams who will probably have another quarterback next year. Daniel Jones is an NFL quarterback. Tua is maybe an NFL quarterback. That's really all you can say. Daniel Jones never lost the turnover bug he had that we knew that he had at Duke. Duke, right? Yeah, Duke. And, no, it was Duke. And he has continued to be that guy in the NFL. The Giants are incompetent enough as a franchise to keep Daniel Jones past the season, but I hope they don't for their sake. The next game up is the Vikings and the Lions. The Lions won't get their first win this week. I don't know if the Lions are going to win a game this year. Obviously, they can still be 0-16, but they'll have that one because they tied with the Steelers. But the Vikings look like they might sneak into the playoffs. They lost a hard-fought game against the 49ers last week, and they're going to be looking to bounce back. Divisional game, but it's the Lions. The Lions aren't really something you should be worried about if you're any team in the NFL. Now, if you're Alabama, you should worry about the Lions. But if you're in the NFL, the Lions aren't really on your radar, except for the Steelers, who probably should have lost to the Lions, come to think of it. Yeah. They should have lost that game. Vikings win 28-16, 14, 12, 10. Will the Lions even score? It's always an interesting proclamation of will the Lions score a touchdown. That is it for the window of games in the morning. Moving on to the afternoon games, the 49ers take on the Seahawks. The Seahawks are really bad this year for whatever reason. Russ was cooking for about 3 weeks. Normally it's about 8 weeks. He was cooking for about 3 weeks, and he has since forgotten what it feels like to cook. He was hurt. That's part of it. We can't act like he wasn't hurt, blah, 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 whatever. He didn't want to be there in the offseason, which is something that you should be talking about now, that he did not want to be there, and he is there now. So, you take that information what you will. All I'm saying is Russell Wilson to the Saints next year. 49ers are playing some of their best football. There's a lot of rumors, not rumors, but buzz that they could contend for a Super Bowl. It's not happening. It's not happening. The 49ers aren't contending for a Super Bowl. However, especially because I want you guys to really think about something. Really think about something. If the 49ers win the Super Bowl, what are they going to do at quarterback? What are they going to do at quarterback? You're going to take your Super Bowl winning champ, Jimmy Garoppolo, out of the game or off your roster next year because you traded up to draft Trey Lance. And that's the reality, is that you have Trey Lance on your roster right now. So what are you going to do at quarterback? Because then you would say Jimmy Garoppolo has quarterbacked us to 2 Super Bowls and we're going to, let him walk away? Do you trade Trey Lance? You know what I mean? For the 49ers' sake, they better not get to a Super Bowl just for what that would mean for their franchise. You have a direction, stick to it. Yeah. If you're a 49ers fan, pray that you don't make the Super Bowl, which is odd to say, but it's just you have a direction with Trey Lance, and I think Trey Lance can be a good quarterback. So that's what I would want. I would want Trey Lance. I mean, if you guys trade him to New Orleans for like a 4th round pick, we'll take him. We'll take him. That's all I have to say. The Ravens and the Steelers play. Oh, I didn't pick. The 49ers are going to win that game 17-7. They're going to run the ball. They're going to play some good defense. And that's all I have to say about it. My phone going blank. The Ravens play the Steelers. Lamar Jackson, after their last game, said that he played like a rookie. And it's true. He threw 4 interceptions. They won the game, but Lamar did not play that good. He didn't play well at all. And so he's going to have a bounce back game. The Steelers had some locker room stuff go on this week with Chase Claypool saying he wanted music, and Mike Tomlin and Cameron Hayward really pushing back on that. And then there was an instance of a Ryan Clark where he said he didn't recognize the Steelers right now. And they asked Mike Tomlin about his comment, and he basically said, like, yeah, those older guys, they probably know more about what we're doing than these younger guys. And it's just a damning thing for where the Steelers are right now. And a lot of people are going to blame it on Mike Tomlin. It's not Mike Tomlin's fault. It's not Mike Tomlin's fault. If you think it's Mike Tomlin's fault, I don't know, bro. You're racist. You don't like black coaches. You don't like his beard. You're I don't know. If you think it's Mike Tomlin's fault, the team isn't talented, right? They have no secondary. Devin Bush was a waste of a draft pick. It is what it is. They don't have an O-line. So your running back that you took in the first round, who is amazing, what is he supposed to do with that offensive line? They don't have a quarterback. Big Ben is 76. Big Ben honestly looks worse than Drew Brees did last year. He looks worse than Phillip Rivers did last year. So what are you supposed to do, Mike Tomlin? Like, it's not his fault. Like I said, I don't know. If you feel that way, I'm sorry. I hope that, I don't know, bro, you figure out what's wrong with your life instead of worrying about, the Steelers that much, because it's not Mike Tomlin's fault. I'm picking the Ravens to win this game. They have a bad game, so they normally follow it up with a good game. So I'll go 45-25 or 45-24. Who am I kidding? The Steelers aren't scoring 24 points. 45-17 Ravens. The next game on the docket is the Raiders. No, the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Rams. This one's quick. The Jaguars are going to win 16-6. I said what I said. Well, here's the thing, right? The thing about it is the Jaguars have had games this year, like the game they had against the Bills where they won. What was that game? 9-0? 9-6 or 6-0. Let me find out the exact score for this game. Because if I don't find out the exact score, it's going to bother me. And I know that for your viewing experience, this isn't optimal. But I am talking throughout the whole time. 9-6. It was 9-6 that game. And so they've had games like that. And then obviously they've had games where they're the Jaguars. They're the Jaguars. It is what it is, right? However, I think that if the Rams, it's going to be one of two things. It's going to be a get-right game for the Rams, or it's going to be a game where the Jaguars have another explosive game. So I have two answers. I have 35-14 Rams, and then I have I'm going to go 14-6 Jaguars. It just depends on what Rams team we get. It just, it all depends. I have a long video coming out about the Rams and the whole idea behind the Rams soon. So be on the lookout for that. The last game at the 1 o'clock window is the Washington football team versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders coming off a good win against the Cowboys, a game that nobody really expected them to win. Washington coming off a Monday night win against the Seahawks. So both teams coming to this game supposed to be feeling good. I'm going to pick the Raiders in this one. I just think that Taylor Heineke, I'm not a believer in Heineke. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I don't think he's that good. I think that at times he can trick you into thinking he's a franchise quarterback. And that's something that I think Washington fans have really fallen for. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's a quarterback. He's Teddy Bridgewater. He's a quarterback for now, and that's cool. But he's not a franchise quarterback, and he shouldn't be confused with one. I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this one. But then again, they might not get the calls they did. I'll go 27-23 Raiders. I'm picking the Raiders, yes, because I just said I think they're the better team right now, and I think that Heineke will make mistakes. However, the Raiders can't have anything easy, so it's going to be a close game. Moving on to our last two games, the primetime games, Broncos and Chiefs. The Chiefs on paper seem to have put it back together. They were flailing this year. They were 3-4, and they have since rebounded to win 4 straight to be 7-4. However, those games came against the Packers. The Giants, the Packers without Aaron Rodgers, the Raiders coming off of Henry Ruggs, that whole situation, and then the Cowboys. So, have they really played anybody? I have no clue. That's not up for me to decide. The Broncos are coming off a game in which they beat the Chargers, and I think the Broncos are playing some of their best football. They are 6-5, so this division is really coming down to the wire here. I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game 28-24. I think it'll be a close game, but I just think that Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback. He'll find a way to make the plays. And the last game that we have for this week is going to be, drum roll please, the Bills and the Patriots. This game is fittingly last. The Patriots are, no holds barred, the hottest team in football. I think they can contend for a Super Bowl, and they just have a amazing defense, and Mac Jones isn't going to lose them a game. And that's really the scary part, is he's not going to lose them a game. And so if you can't score on their defense, watching Mac Jones play, if you can't score on their defense and they're not going to give the ball away, it's really hard to beat that team. Josh Allen will give the ball away. And so I think that the Patriots are going to win this game. I think they win this game 35-14. The evil empire is back, and it is what it is, Bill's inevitable. He's Thanos to the NFL, and so I can't really act like I'm that upset about it because it's life. Everyone had 1 year of Brady was better, Brady this, Brady that, Bill really didn't do anything, blah blah blah. They're back. So that's the NFL season. Let's go ahead and switch gears to the NBA. It will help if I turn my hat. Let's go to the NBA so far. And like I said, I think I'm going to have another NBA video coming out sometime after this one, just because there's a lot more stuff that I want to talk about in depth, including that Warriors and Suns game. But I'm going to talk about both games and just kind of see the differences in what happened. So I'm going to talk about this first game today, the Suns and the Warriors. The Suns came in with a 16-game win streak. The Warriors came in off of they have the best record in basketball at 18-2. So this game was supposed to be, the best teams in basketball, who's really the best, and I think we got that game. So the Suns win the game. Steph Curry he shoots 4 of 21, and really he just struggles the whole game. However, this is something I really don't like about national media, and why it's just not something that I want to be a part of, honestly, is how disingenuous they can be at times. Everyone, is all over the Warriors right now, and they're taking them to win the championship, to win the West, blah, blah, blah. After the Suns went to the finals, no big deal. And after this game, nobody was talking about the Suns. It was just, Curry, he's not going to shoot like this every night. He's not going to shoot 4 of 21. Once Clay comes back, it's going to be different, this and that. And, obviously, once Clay comes back, it's going to be different. But if you watch the game, and I don't even think they watched the game, because they would notice 2 things off rip. Number one thing they would notice is that Steph Curry really didn't miss any good shots. There wasn't very many shots where you felt like, that was a really good look and he just missed. There was one at the rim where he took Ayton by, he got him to jump, and then he did like a little push shot and he missed the push shot. But other than that, every shot that Curry took was heavily contested with the man in his face, far from the rim. It was a difficult shot, and you have to give the Suns credit for making him shoot such hard shots. And that's a credit to Mikal Bridges, who should be Defensive Player of the Year, at least be in the conversation for it. Just his versatility, being able to switch like that, just so effortlessly it's incredible basketball to watch a guy, and that's why he got paid. DeAndre Ayton was probably the best player for the Suns, though, and he did not get paid. Y'all need to fix that. He had 24 and 9 or 24 and 11, I think. It was a great game. In the third quarter, I think, or the fourth quarter, Chris Paul had one of the best moves I've ever seen. He did he picked the ball up and did like a dribble, and then he spun and then spun back the other way and shot a fadeaway from his signature elbow. It's really hard to describe basketball moves, but it was one of the best moves I've ever seen, honestly. And another thing that I never talked about is that Devin Booker didn't play the second half. Like, explain the logic. Devin Booker scored 10 points, right, in a half, and Curry scored 12 points in a full game. And yet, all you hear about is, the Warriors are going to beat the Suns, blah, blah, blah. Steph Curry's not going to shoot like this every night. God willing, Devin Booker's not going to leave the game at halftime because of a hamstring injury in the playoffs. Like, it just feels so disingenuous, because if you watch the game, you would know that. And you would know that Steph Curry didn't miss any good shots, really. There's just stuff like that where it's like, did you even watch the game? Or are you just going off of, what you think it is? And it's something that people aren't talking about with the Warriors is when you add Clay, who do you take off the court? Like, who do you take off the court? So you can't take Curry off the court, obviously. You can't take Draymond off the court, obviously. You have Wiseman at the 5, Draymond at the 4, Clay at the 3. So are you taking Wiggins off the court? Are you taking Wiggins off the court? Are you taking Jordan Poole off the court? Are you taking Jordan Poole off the court, putting Clay at the 2 where he normally plays, and then putting Wiggins at the 3? Or are you playing Jordan Poole at the 2 where he's at now, Clay at the 3? Like, I don't know. Right now, the Warriors' best player for the game against the Suns was Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole had 28, and he was very efficient in doing so. If I'm a Warriors fan, I don't know that I want to take Jordan Poole off the court. I know Clay is a good name. He's this and that, but we don't even know what Clay's going to look like coming back. And it's sad, obviously. You never want a guy to get injured, and to think that we haven't seen Clay play since 2019 and it's about to be 2021 or it's about to be 2022 it's sad. But I don't know that like I said, if I'm a Warriors fan, I don't know that I want Jordan Poole off the court. And Wiggins has his bad games, but he's such a versatile and good defender that I don't know if I want to take him off the court too. Because it's not like Clay's only going to get 20 minutes. He will to start, but eventually he's going to be closing and finishing games. And with an Achilles and an ACL, it's really hard to see a universe where he's the same defender that he was. He went from being, a top 5 defender at the wing position to, we don't know. Hopefully he comes back with a lot of that, but you just never know. Especially with these kind of injuries. So I don't know that that's going to be a seamless fit. I said, like 14 times, I'm going to delete my channel. But the Warriors, they said he's going to be back around Christmas. So, they have some time to kind of gel back together. But I don't think that's a seamless fit. And I don't know who I don't know who I want to take off the court. Like I said, Jordan Poole is playing amazing. Obviously, Steph Curry is. Obviously, Wiggins, we know what he brings to the table. I don't know. You need Clay, right? But it's one of those things where I don't know who you would want to take off the court. The Bucks are gelling. Giannis had a 40-piece today to close them out. The Wizards. It's interesting. We're only 20 games into the season. That's a 1/4 of the way through. But the Wizards are 14-8, and they're second in the conference. I don't know if that's an aberration or if that's real. I just don't know. So I'm not going to really speak on it right now. I'm going to lean towards it's an aberration. I don't really think that they're definitely okay. Let's keep it real. They're not the second best team in the East. But I don't know that. I think they'll be a playoff team. But I don't think that they'll be the second best team in the East. Right now, just looking at the standings, I think the 76ers will obviously be there. They're 11-11 right now. Joel Embiid has missed a lot of time. I don't know that the Cavs are a 6 seed. I think they'll probably be more around the play-in when the playoffs come around. The Jazz are 14-7. And the biggest thing that I think people need to talk about is the Lakers. I was one of those people who at the beginning of the season, I said that I didn't know how it would work, but I thought they would make it work. It is not worked. Granted, LeBron has missed time. He's not a superhuman anymore. He's just a mere human, but he's still LeBron when he plays. He had like a 39-point game the other day to win. He's obviously out now right now with due to the COVID protocol, and we'll just see how that's supposed to go. I'm pretty sure he was vaccinated, so it won't be that long that he's out. However, the important thing to note is that Russell Westbrook hasn't played that well, but also the Lakers don't have an identity. Like, they don't know what they are. Anthony Davis is having his worst season. Someone posted a graphic that said he was shooting the worst from 2, from 3, and from like mid-range, something like that, of any player in NBA history so far. So what are you supposed to do if you're the Lakers? Like, do you trade everybody again for LeBron? Likely. But I don't know who you get. Do you make the Buddy Hield trade and send Westbrook to the Kings? I don't think you do that. Something that people have talked about is Ben Simmons for De'Aaron Fox, and I think that's a trade that I would want to see. Not for the Kings. Ben Simmons is not what the Kings need, but De'Aaron Fox with Joel Embiid just would be so fun, and it's what the Kings need. I don't know though, man. I don't know what the Lakers do. I don't see a way out for them. I think that they just have to rock with what they got and, just keep it for there. With that being said, the last big news is just real quick. There is going to be an MLB lockout. It's MLB, though, so every year is a lockout until the World Series. Y'all are going to hate me. But it is what it is. I don't really know too much about baseball. If we're keeping it a buck, I just work here. And I hope you guys appreciate that. I don't know anything about baseball, and it's okay. You guys don't have to hate me. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, stay tuned. I have a lot more content that I want to create, and I look forward to creating for y'all and for myself, honestly. Keep it posted, keep it shaking, keep it boogieing, all that stuff, bro. Tell your mom I said what's up and that I miss her. And I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like, comment, and subscribe, I'll text your mom myself, okay? I'll text her myself. I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather you deliver the message for me. But if you don't like, comment, and subscribe, I'm going to have to do what I got to do. With that being said, guys, peace out. Did I just do this? Peace out, guys.